Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. So today we are making corn and cherry tomato salsa, and that's using tomatoes that we got right out of the garden. These cherry tomatoes, I've been saving them for a while, and this is a great way to use up some of those tomatoes because they come in abundance really quickly. This is going to be a super fresh tasting recipe, and the ingredients you're going to need for this are 2 pounds of cherry tomatoes of your choice. If you're saving them from your garden, I have found that a mason jar, a large mason jar, is 1 pound worth of tomatoes. So you need 2 pounds for this recipe. So I'm going to need 2 jars of tomatoes. And we're going to want those tomatoes quartered, so cut into 4s. And as I say these ingredients, everything's going into a pot. So 2 pounds of quartered cherry tomatoes. You want 2 ears of corn. I've cooked mine and we are going to take off the kernels, so 2 ears. A teaspoon of salt of your choice. A 1/4 cup of fresh lime juice, and these can be used from fresh limes. They're going to need about 3 of them. Now, I just want to say that this recipe is from the Ball Canning book, and there's actually a note, so this is what the final product's going to look like. There's actually a note right here that says that the use of fresh lime juice in this recipe is safe and okay because you have the acidity of the tomatoes. A lot of the times you're wanting to use bottled lime and lemon juice for recipes just because it assures acidity, but because of the tomatoes, you are good for this recipe to add the corn and the fresh herbs and the juice. So 1/4 cup of that, and you want 1 jalapeno diced, you want 1/2 cup of red onion diced, nice and small, and then 3 tablespoons of cilantro. Now, we have the soap gene in our house, so we are not putting cilantro in this recipe because we don't like it. What you can do to substitute if you also don't like it, you can use parsley, which is straight from the garden, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm actually going to use mine in conjunction with mint. So that's going to give you that citrusy note that you find with the cilantro. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of parsley and 1 tablespoon of mint as opposed to the 3 tablespoons of cilantro. And this will give me the same flavor profile without the actual soapy taste. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything diced, chopped, and we're adding all of those ingredients to a pot. I will put the recipe below for this one just so you can see. Okay, I have everything in my pot here. I'm going to put it on the stove, mix it around, and bring it to a boil. Once it's to a boil, we're going to let it simmer for 5 minutes. I've got my canner going, my boiling water canner here, so that I can transfer it and ladle it in a minute, but let's go ahead and get that to a simmer. What's going to happen is the tomatoes are going to let some juices go, and that's going to help simmer it up. It smells so fresh, but like I said, simmer and then, bring to a boil and then simmer for 5 minutes and we'll see you then. Okay, we've been simmering for 5 minutes. So now we are going to ladle into our jars, our sterilized jars. I forgot to tell you that this makes 6 pints. So 6 jam jars, 6 half pints. So 6 jam jars. And we're gonna go ahead and ladle the stuff in here, wipe the rims, and then the lid and band on, and we're going to process in our boiling water canner, and we're going to do that for 15 minutes. And there you are, guys. Corn and cherry tomato salsa. We just had a little bit from some extras left over. It is so fresh tasting and so good. I can't wait to have like a Mexican night. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.